Mod RC with my recently purchased Redcat Gen 9. So I actually just had it on my rock pile yesterday, and it did surprisingly well. I was pretty impressed with it. I think it did noticeably better than the Gen 7, stock for stock. So when I took it out of the box, I just did a couple changes to it. So I put the Gen 8 canvas top on it. So it's not a direct fitment, but just requires some minor modifications. So I just got it fitted on the back so it could use the existing Velcro. I took the windshield off and then just folded the top over the roll bar, punched 2 holes through, and just used 2 small bolts to bolt it to itself after it looped over the roll bar, and then put the windshield back on. Personally, I like the look of it with the top, but I'll probably have to look into getting an action figure. To me, it looks kind of strange without having something in there driving it. And I also spent a little bit of time adjusting the transmission. It seemed like it just, when you shift into second gear, it was really flexing that servo mount. I wasn't really sure if it was supposed to be like that or not. So I spent probably 20 or 30 minutes adjusting and testing, and it's better now. It's still flexing the mount, but it's not quite as much. But it still seems to shift fine whether you're at a dead stop or you're rolling slowly. So I'll probably just leave well enough alone. As far as future mods go, actually, one other thing that I did too, before I took it on the rock piles, I adjusted the shocks. So I dropped them down to the lowest hole, front and rear. Then I adjusted the shocks themselves for maximum, or turned the disc down all the way for maximum travel and dampening. And it basically gave me the same ride height as my Gen 7, so it was, I think it may be a more fair comparison as far as the chassis clearance goes, but this definitely did better with the portals and the smaller diffs. The Gen 7's the biggest issue, just dragging those huge diffs, over the rocks, and then having the server up front there on the axle mount, just, it seems like everything's kind of in the way. But this did, like I said, this did quite well. So again, future mods, I have 20 weight shock oil that I'm going to put in this. I used it in my Gen 7, and I really liked the way it made the shocks respond quicker. So I'm going to give it a shot on these. And then I want to put my Gen 7 wheels and tires on this. It's a plastic beadlock wheel with the Hyrax G8 compound tires and dual stage foam. So I want to see how they do on this. And if they're noticeably better, then I'll probably look at a new set of wheels, tires, and foams for this. And I'll probably eliminate the slipper clutch. I don't really need that for the way I'm going to use it, so I'll probably just get rid of it so I don't have to worry about adjustments. Definitely probably look into some brass. It's definitely top heavy, I think more so than the Gen 7. Wants to tip over fairly easily without much warning. So I want to get a little bit of weight down low on it, and then I'll probably look into maybe the light kit also.